Hello, those of you who are looking to buy a home, and maybe you already own a home, this could help you too. This is another video in my home inspection series. I've got a playlist of home inspection videos that I'll link to down in the first pinned comment and also the description, so I encourage you to watch all of the videos regarding home inspections. And also it would help me if you would subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit that 100K milestone. Thanks in advance for doing that. Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about attic inspections, what to look for and what your inspector should be looking for. And before I go any farther, you should definitely hire a home inspector if you're purchasing a house. If the seller or one of the realtors is saying we don't want an inspection, then it's a red flag. Be very careful. Consider not buying the house. Okay, so that's plain and simple. All right. Now, when the inspector goes into the attic, and maybe you already own a home, so if you want to inspect your own attic, you can follow this too. The first thing you want to look, you start from the top. The first thing you want to look at is evidence of leaks, any damaged sheathing. If you see any rotten sheathing, evidence of leaks, you might see it on the underside, the discoloration. You can tell what water damage looks like. If you see any of that, that's a problem and would need to be dealt with and taken care of. Hopefully what you're looking at is old damage and old evidence, and there's been a new roof installed since that time, okay? But if you've got serious rotten sheathing up there, then you shouldn't have new shingles over rotten sheathing anyway. So look for that. Then also, if you've got HVAC systems in the attic, I would make sure that they are properly treated with insulation. All the duct work should be properly insulated. If you have any attic fans up there, make sure they are in working order. If you don't have a ridge vent, you have to make sure there's plenty of ventilation getting into the attic, especially down by the soffits. So the soffits would be down here. You should have vents there, so that way all the air can go up, the cool air from the outside. Even if it's the summer, the air out there is cooler than what's inside your attic. Travels up like this and goes out the top. Hopefully you have a ridge vent at the top. If you don't have a ridge vent, you likely need an attic fan to help exhaust all of the heat out of your attic, because that heat will be radiating down into your house. It'll be pushing down and making it more difficult to cool your house in the summer. Okay, so then let's get down farther. Let's talk about insulation. You want to make sure that you have plenty of insulation in the house. If your house was built a few dozen years ago, then you probably don't have proper insulation. You probably have just a single bat that was rolled out and it's old. It looks like someone wiped their, never mind. I'm not going to go there. But you could probably see the drywall in between it. This is not insulation. It's a poor attempt at insulating, okay? So if that's what you see, you have to understand that the home still needs to be insulated properly, and that's something that you're likely going to have to do after you move in. Unless you want to make an issue of it with the seller, know that, or maybe you can use it as part of the negotiation. Poorly insulated attic, not energy efficient because of it. Okay, so know that for sure. And then make sure that you have, if they did have new insulation, if they got blown in insulation, you know, make sure that they put the baffles towards the soffits. These baffles are, I'll put a picture of a baffle on the screen right now. What it does is it separates the insulation from the very corner and bottom corner of the attic and the sheathing to allow the airflow to come up from the soffit vents that I was talking about earlier, to come up, get past the insulation, and then all the way up to the peak. So those baffles should be in there. And if they're not in there, you're going to have to install them yourself, or you're going to ask the seller to do it for you. And then the other thing you're going to look for is any entry spot for pets. Can you see any holes anywhere where pests can come in? Not pets, pests. I don't want your dog climbing up the side of the house and getting into the attic. But you could get, you know, again, beehives in there, bats, mice, birds, whatever it is that you happen to have in the area of the country where you live, it can get in there. Raccoons is another big one. I mean, I had seen on one building before it got torn down, we could see a hole in the soffits, and the raccoons were flying in and out of there. And then once we started to use the big machine to start taking the building down, about 10 or 15 raccoons came flying out of the attic of this place, out of that hole. That could happen to you. So these are just some things that I'm looking out for, making sure that the attic is secure. You could have vents. It should be vented, but it should not be vented to the point where the holes are big enough through the screens to allow pests to come in. And then with bees, you're going to have a tight mesh to make sure they can't get through there. So those are my primary attic watch outs. If you have any plumbing up there, okay, the other thing is let's talk about that. Plumbing and duct work. So if you have any flex duct for your bath fans, those need to be insulated ducts. If they're not insulated, in the winter they will fill up with water. They will absolutely fill up with water because the walls of that duct will be ice cold, and you have humid air from your bathroom going through it. And what happens is that the humidity will not travel all the way to the exterior of the house. It's going to attach itself to the inside of the ductwork, and it'll eventually drip down and collect. And you'll have, depending on where you have the dips in that flex vent, loaded with water, a pool of water in there, until it starts to travel back and drip out of your bathroom fan. Okay, so it needs to be insulated ductwork, making sure that any HVAC ductwork is insulated. Also, if you have any other warm pipes that would be in your attic, and in my case, I happen to have a direct vented furnace and a direct vented water heater that are in my basement, but the pipes travel out into the garage, which I'm standing in now, and over there are those pipes up and into the attic and out the side of the house, okay? Making sure you can see it up the wall, through the attic and out. And those were not insulated at first, and they started to fill with water. I could hear it, and so then I had to call the contractor back to insulate those pipes to stop the condensation from getting in there. So that's another important thing to look for. So if you have any questions about your attic inspection, definitely ask them in the comments. I do answer those questions. Once again, I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to hit that 100K. Like the video if you thought it was helpful. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you next time.